Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our introductory session once again. We already had one, but because we have some people that contacted us and expressed they've been unable to join due to one or two reasons. So that is why we were trying to create another session so that we carry everybody along before we actually start or fully commence the class. So I hope I'm audible. Please, if you can hear me, you can just unmute yourself and let me know before I now proceed.
Yes, we can hear you.
We are hearing you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Sheriffdeen Adeyemi. So you can just call me Chefdeen. So I'm one of the founder of Chefdeen Academy. So what we do is we basically offer civil engineering training to professionals, civil engineering professionals. So which include building design, structural design in general. We also offer trainings on highway and transportation engineering, as well as water and environmental engineering. So, but for now, most of our courses are on structures. So in the next coming months, we are going to be making more information or more courses on other aspects as well. So I don't know if Engineer Lola is with us here. Please, if you are with us, kindly unmute and address us, please, before we commence.
Thank you, Engineer Sheriffdeen. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good.
This is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I can hear you personally. I don't know if others can.
Okay. This platform, and we do not take that for granted. We say thank you for showing interest in this training. It's about impacting each and every one of us, especially those of us that are interested in designs. And we decided to take it from the manual design and upgrade it to the Euro code, maybe even the structure, so other softwares for design. Yes, general resource should take Engineer Sheriffdeen, are you online?
Yes, I'm online here. Okay, I think maybe your network is not strong. It's kind of is skipping. So I don't know, maybe it's from my side or it's general. Please, can any other person hear clearly?
I heard that clearly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we heard that clearly. It was clear from my side.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. So over to you, Engineer Sheriffdeen. Let's go straight into your plans for today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ma. I really appreciate that. As she has said, the purpose of this section is to create an introduction to the course so that you know what you are to expect when you try to register for this course. So that is why we make this session, which is just to explain what the course is all about. I'm sure all of us have seen this flyer, Manual Design of Reinforced Concrete to the BS code. So we are trying to come up with the BS code first. because even if you want to design with the Eurocode, which is something that is now common nowadays, there's still some element of BS code inside the Eurocode, because we know the difference there is that the BS code is only limited to the British countries, while the Eurocode is kind of universal among the European countries. So that is just the main difference. And then the code of practice is more or less the same thing. I mean, the design principles is more or less the same thing. There are just some adjustments here and there. So, but for the BS code, for this course, let me first of all talk about the course content. I hope I'm audible to everybody. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Can
you.
go on.
So let me discuss the course content first of all. So these are the 7 items we tend to cover in this course. The first of them is introduction. What we are going to be doing in this introduction is, we know for you to be here, you are probably a structural engineer, or maybe you are a site engineer thinking of maybe moving to the design aspect. So in the introduction section, what we are going to be exposing you to is architectural design. We are going to be giving some insights on what architectural design is all about. I know most of us should have even a lot of ideas about what architectural design is all about, but we introduce this for those that are newbies, for our fresh graduates, or for people that are still in school, so that they have what is a structural engineer is expected to think of about an architectural design. So that is the basic things we are going to be doing in the introduction section. And also, we are going to be talking about AutoCAD. Someone wants to say something? Okay, let me just proceed. Okay, we're also going to be talking about AutoCAD briefly. I hope my network is okay. So we are going to be talking about AutoCAD briefly as well, just an introduction to the software, just in case maybe you've used it for a long time and you want to remember one or two things. So that's generally what the introduction is all about. Then the second one is general arrangement or structural layouts. So manual design, we don't want to start boring you with the design and not really understand how that really translates to the real world. So that's why we are going to be taking this course in a project based. So the first thing we are going to be doing is we want to understand how to create a structural layout from an architectural design, because the basis of all your structural designs for building is understanding how to create your layout. So if your layout is not okay, or it has some minor mistake here and there, so there's no way you are going to provide a good design. So that is why the second course is going to focus on structural layout. And for this, the instructor is going to be using a project for this part, so that when you do your layout, you will have divided your panels into slab. You support the slab with beams and columns, and then the foundation. So from there, you have an idea of where you want to start your design. Then when you finish your layout, we now move to the slab design. That is design of each of the structural members. We have to, for this course, we are going to be looking at a building design. So we should understand that. So, but we have two types of structures that we use to construct generally. We have the frame structures and we have the non-frame structures, or we can say load-bearing walls. So when we say frame structures, it means you are supporting your members. You want to carry out the load of the building using frame or structural frame elements such as beams and columns. So in order to do that, you need to design each of these elements. So that is why, and the most common type of structure is the frame structure. So we are basically going to be designing frame structure. So if you check any civil engineering textbooks, most of the design you see is design of frame structures, design of structural elements like column, beam, and slab. So the first thing we are going to be designing is the slab, because that is what takes the load. Then when we finish the design, we are going to detail it, and then we now move to the staircase. So under the staircase, we analyze the project we are working on is going to be having a type of staircase. So we analyze it, we design it as well. Then we also have when you do your slab and the staircase, all the load will be transferred to the beam. So we do the beam analysis and the beam design as well. Then, load from beams are transferred to the column. So that is why we move to the 6 steps. We talk about column analysis and design, and also foundation analysis and design. So that is basically the course content for this course. So let me now talk about what you need and what to expect in this course. You can see under course detail, the first thing here is online videos. So because we are now in the 24th century, so if we say we want to take this class in a live session, we are going to use nothing less than 2 months if you want to cover the course from the beginning to the end in a live session. That's what we are going to be using. But because a lot of people don't have time to be sitting down for maybe 3 hours for a class. So that is why most of our courses are always pre-recorded videos. So the videos are already available. So the length of the video is 14 hours. So when you make your registration, we send the course video, the course folder. The course folder contains a lot of things. One of it is the videos. So we send it to you. You have it. So you can start learning at your own pace. But we don't just want to leave it we just don't want to leave you guys to just videos only. So that is why we are organizing the second aspect, which is the weekly live session with instructors. So we know when you watch the video, like for example, for week 1, we give you a target. For week 1, maybe out of this content, you finish probably module 1 and 2, that is introduction and general arrangement. Let's say for week 1. So at the end of week 1, we are going to be meeting weekly, which is we've concluded to be meeting on Saturday. So we plan to have 4 Saturdays. I know most of the time it used to extend more than that because most students, we don't work at the same pace. I hope we get. So this is what we are going to be doing in the weekly session. It's going to be an interactive session in which the instructor will come online and the students where you've worked on, you are going to project it, and then we highlight where you can adjust. I hope you get. And then if there is any question based on the explanation that was made in the video that is not clear enough, or you find it confusing, then you can come up, you can raise that in the live session, which is going to be a weekly session. And the first one is going to be holding this week, Saturday. So let's keep that in mind. Then the third thing here is the course project. Like I've mentioned, this course is going to be a project-based. So the instructor is going to be working on one project. So we also have about 3 practice projects in which any of the students can pick. You can pick any of these practice projects inside the folder that we are going to be sending to you once you register. So that project is what you'll be using for your layout, for your slab analysis, for your staircase, beam, column, and foundation. So that's how it goes. Then you also have access to calculation sheets. Because this is a manual design, we understand that once you understand the basis of the analysis, you should be able to automate your calculations, because design is an iterative process. It's just a repeated process. So it makes sense to have a calculation template. Then as a gift, we are going to be giving you recommended text. These are additional materials that you can read on. There's no way we can explain everything inside the classroom. So there's need for us to also develop ourselves in some other areas. Then at the end of the day, we are going to be having certificate of completion. But this certificate of completion is subject to you finishing your course project. So when you are done with your course projects and you're able to submit, we are going to give you a certificate of completion. But I'm still talking with engineer Lola. Probably maybe we are going to be giving you guys certificate of participation. So we are going to decide on that. But for now, you should know that there's certificate of completion at the end when you are able to complete your project. So that's just the attachment to that. So that's everything about the course details. So let me just run through the remaining part of this slide so that you can ask your question in case you have questions. So then the course requirements, we have about 3 things that is needed for this course. You need a laptop. The reason why you need a laptop is because this is an online class. So there's need for you to showcase your work and to easily correct. So that's why you need a laptop and have AutoCAD installed on it. So we recommend that you have AutoCAD 2010. 2007 is not really recommended because there are a lot of things that you will not have access to. The 2007 version is very limited. There are a lot of things like select similar, a lot of things that you might not be able to do on 2D AutoCAD. So that's why we recommend you to get 2010 and above. But if you are someone that maybe you are used to the 2007, no problem. But you just know that you will be missing 1 or 2 things. So then you also need the Microsoft Office. What you need there is just the Excel part because of the calculation templates that you are going to be given access to. So generally, that is how the course is, that is how we plan to run the course. So if you still, to make your registration, I hope we have all these details already in the group, but I just attach it here so that we can have it. So I'm going to stop now and open the floor for questions. So, but after the question, I'm going to be showing us the course projects in which the instructor is going to be using for this course, and also a sample project that the students, or if you decide to register, one of the projects that you can pick and use as your practice project. So if you have any question, please, you can unmute yourself and ask, or if you have any, if there is need for any more clarification from us before you make your decision, please, you can unmute yourself and ask, please.
Okay. Good evening. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. I can hear you. I
Yes,
hope
we can hear
others
you.
can hear as well. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask a question on some of the recommendation you give the requirement. What if you don't have knowledge of AutoCAD yet? Can you still register and get some?
Well,
Since it's going to be manual.
okay. The thing is that ideally, if you want to learn manual design, you are supposed to do the design in a paper. That is how most of us learned when we were in school or in internship period. So you are supposed to have it in a paper, and then you create your structural layout inside the paper. You do your slab design, beam design. But nowadays, it's if you do it in a paper, number one, it will be very difficult for us to correct. For example, when you do your structural layout, there might be need for us to check it and make adjustments. So doing that in a paper will be very difficult. So far, this is an online session. So the AutoCAD is useful so that you'll be able to create your layout. That is where the usefulness of the AutoCAD comes to play. So you can create your structural layout on AutoCAD. That is just what you need. And also, you can also use AutoCAD to generate your drawings. So instead of doing it by hand. So it's just like a mix-up. So in a nutshell, the AutoCAD is important. If you don't have AutoCAD knowledge, it will be advisable for you to get that first before you say you want to get into this.
Okay.
I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. Please, any other question? Kindly unmute and ask.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
My name is Abubakar. Like, I want to ask you about when are you going to start the classes.
Okay, like I mentioned, I said once you register, we are going to share the course details to you. So for those that have registered like 3 or 4 days ago, we've shared the course details to them today. And then today, or I think yes, today or yesterday, I've forgotten. And then we give them a weekly target. So what we expect of them is for them to finish and go through that target before Saturday. So in a nutshell, the class has started yesterday, but there's still time. If you want to join before we go further, you can still join. So that is the reason why we are having this second introductory class. So you can still join. It's just that maybe you'll be lagging by 1 or 2 days, and that's not a problem because the actual meeting is going to be this Saturday. I hope I've answered the question.
Yeah.
Okay, good
Thank you,
evening.
brother.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
please, can I ask them the question? The first guy asked the question, and it's in line with what I wanted to ask.
Okay.
For some of us, like for me, we've been receiving drawings, we've been reading drawings and the rest. But I've not had the access of using the AutoCAD. So I'm presently in this class to know and also know how I can go about it and also know how I can read drawing into detail when I see. So right now I don't have the access to the AutoCAD. So is this still fine for me to continue with the class?
Okay. If I get you clearly, I think you said that your purpose of joining the group is you want to know if the class is going to cover. You are probably a site engineer. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you want to know if with this course, maybe you'll be able to read structural drawings. If you receive any drawing, interpret it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, into detail. And also making like I want to make full use of the AutoCAD. I've really not started using it for designing, but I wish to start. So that's why I was on the class. So when you said the introduction and the rest, I could see like it's in line with what I want to do. But
Okay.
since the other guy now said, since you now replied that we need that the AutoCAD first, that's already
Yes.
pushing me out of it.
Actually, we can do it in another way. You know, like I mentioned, it's better if you want to do design, at least to have AutoCAD knowledge. Like I've mentioned, it will not be easy for you to be doing layout, for example, on paper and be sharing it for us to cross-check. It will be very difficult. I hope you get. So
Yes.
please, if you are not speaking to us, you can please unmute so that it's not causing noise here. Okay, so like I was saying, it's better if you take the AutoCAD class first before you do this design. I hope you get. So
Okay,
if you want
so
to
do you
take the
have
AutoCAD class, we have
okay.
at Chevron Academy, we have a course on AutoCAD for civil engineers, 2D AutoCAD, just explaining how to go about the AutoCAD interface and all of that. So you can take that along with this class. I don't know if you get the purpose of this
Yeah, I
AutoCAD in
understand. I
this class
understand.
is just this
It's to
second part,
design, yeah.
which is the layout.
Mm.
So in another way, let's say for example, before you install AutoCAD, start learning it, maybe it might take time, and you want to benefit from this course. There's a way of doing it. What we
Yes.
can do is we can give you a already prepared structural layout. That is, you are going to skip this second content. It is already done for you. What you just have to do is do the slab design, do the slab analysis, design it, do staircase, design it. You can do that in a paper or you do that in an Excel sheet based on the class. So if you feel you can do it like that, no problem. We are going to provide a structural layout for you so that you can go with the class. I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, but you know the AutoCAD class will cost another fee. So I need to know about that as well.
Okay.
If I'm paying for only this, I still have to pay for the AutoCAD as well. And I want to ask, is your academy in
Hello,
Lagos?
good evening.
Please,
Yeah,
the
good
second
evening.
person that is
I
speaking, you
have,
can
I
wait.
actually have
Let her
two
conclude.
questions to ask.
Please wait, let her conclude before you speak. Sorry for that. So that
Okay.
you will not I'm with you, please. You are saying something.
Yeah, so I'm saying like the
Okay,
AutoCAD class will be costing another fee. So I want
Yes.
to know how much that is so that it will be going concurrently with this one at the same time. So I have to know. And another question, is your academy located in Lagos?
Okay. For the first question about the AutoCAD, maybe you can okay, let me just say it here. The AutoCAD is also 10,000 naira. So if you want to get it, you can private chat me on that. So then the second question is if our academy is located in Lagos. Currently, we operate online. Most of our stuff is online for now. Maybe in the nearest future, we are going to be holding physical classes, but not now. I hope I've answered the question.
Okay. Yeah, you answered my question. So I'll private chat you for the other one.
Okay.
Then this one I'll do it by tomorrow.
Okay. Please, the next person can now speak, please.
okay. My question is about the AutoCAD. From your recommendation, you said preferably from 2010 upward, but actually I'm using 2007. So I don't know if you help me with the software so that I can install it on my system. Because
Okay.
where I'm here, it will be hard for me to access where I'll get the software.
Okay, no problem. You can also private chat me on that. Or maybe if a lot of people have the same issue, I will just drop it in the
Sorry, please, can you
Can you hear me now?
The voice is shaking.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, I said you can. I'm going to drop a link
Okay,
to where you can download it on the
okay.
general group,
Then
so you can use that. You have
yes,
another
yes.
question? Hello, do you have another question?
Yes, I have. The second question is about the calculation sheet. I don't know,
Okay.
maybe as I'm seeing it, are you going to like give a voice note explanation, or we are going to study it on our own? Then we forward our questions to you. I don't know how it's going to be, because I know
Okay.
calculation is not just like drawing that way.
Okay, this is how the class is going to be. Let's say, for example, you want to explain slab analysis design. So we are going to be having a video. In the video covers a PowerPoint presentation explaining how to do the design. Then we are now going to have another section. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, we are going to have another section where we do the actual design, like maybe all the steps now for design.
Okay.
Getting the short span, long span, aspect ratio, getting the loads, getting the analyzing the slab, getting the moment, and then all of that. We are going to do it
Okay.
live that you see. Then we now go to the Excel sheet, explain how to use the Excel sheet as well. I hope you get. So that's how all the classes we go for all the elements for slab, beam, column, and foundation. I hope I've answered the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm trying to answer a question on I think I've answered the question, Seth, on how the class is going to run. So generally it's going to be a PowerPoint presentation where we explain how the design is going to go, and also do the design, because I told you maybe I should share the instructor's project. So this is the project in which the instructor is going to be working with. I'm currently sharing a picture of with the title Instructor's Course Project. Is a proposed duplex. You see ground floor, first floor. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, yes, we can.
Very
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, please. So this is the project in which the instructor is going to be working with. So for example, the second part of the course, which is layout. So we are going to create a structural layout for this. So then when you do the structural layout, we divide it into panels, slab, different kind of slab, one way, two way, cantilever, all of that. Then we design each of those important element, which is maybe the cantilever part, maybe the two-way slab, maybe the one-way slab. We design each of them. So then we now move to the beam. We do the same thing for the beam. We can pick a beam out of the whole beam that is maybe a critical one. We design that, and then we design the column as well, and then the foundation. So that is how the class is going to go. So let me share one of the sample projects in which the student can also pick as their own practice project, so we can see. So I'm sharing another picture now, 4-bedroom duplex. So this is one of the sample projects that you can pick for your project, for your practice project for this course. So what you are going to be doing is when you learn about layout, you come and create structural layout for this. Let's say you pick this one, you create structural layout for it. Then you now share your layout with the, you can share it on the group, or when we have our live session, you project it so that we check it and make corrections if there is need for correction to be made. And then you now, since you've done the layout, we'll have divided the slab, the whole floor into slabs. Then you design the slab based on the explanation made. You do the beam, the column, and the foundation. So, and also the staircase as well. So basically, that is what we wanted to achieve in this class. So I don't know if there's any other question.
When you log out, Engineer Abubakar Sani was trying to hack something. Maybe you
Okay.
should call his attention.
Please, Engineer Abubakar, please try to come again. I couldn't. I was logged out, so I couldn't hear your question. Please.
Good evening. I said that can I continue join the classes until before the completion? I can pay. Can I pay after the other classes?
Okay. If I understand you clearly, maybe you don't have the means to pay now, but you want to join. Actually, there's room for half payment. You can pay 50% of the fee, and then you'll be given complete access, and then you balance up before the end of the course. So there's room for half payment. You can chat any of the admins up, or you can send your half payment to the account details in the group, and then share your payment receipt to any of the admins so that they can add you to the group and then record your information. I hope I've answered the question.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please,
Thank you.
any other question?
Okay, for me, it's okay. It's just left to make the payment, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Then we'll talk about our private chat here on the AutoCAD one. Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. Thank you. I think we still have so I'm trying to ask if there's any further question before we end this section. If anyone has a question, we can just unmute and ask, please. Okay, someone dropped something on the chat. No question. Okay. No problem, engineer. So in the absence of question, let me just show us what will be shared to you so that when you receive the course folder, you know what to expect there. So let me project or let me share the course folder so that we can see what to expect once we share the course to you. And you can quickly let us know if you are not.
Again, I'm sorry. Like,
Okay. Uh-huh.
is there a timetable for the classes?
Okay.
Because I
Probably.
just joined yesterday.
Okay. Probably maybe you joined late. We are going to be
Yeah.
weekly sections on Saturday. So the weekly sessions is going to be every Saturday for like 4 weeks minimum. So there we are going to be having question and answer session. And also if you want to project your project and ask question so that others can also benefit from what you are working on. So that is what we are going to be doing every Saturday. But the actual course is going to be shared to you, in which you are going to be learning from your at your own pace. I hope you get. But you must make sure you complete the weekly task before the next Saturday. So that is just it. So I'm currently presenting the course folder that will be sent to you. So you can see we have about 10 folders inside the folder. So the name of the folder is Manual Design to the BS Code. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm projecting or what I'm sharing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So the first folder is 1.0 introduction. Inside it, you see 2 video files. So the 2 video files are about the introduction to the course. You know, the first course content is introduction. So you see 2 video files that discuss about the introduction. Then the second folder is structural layout. Inside it, you see 4 video files. So here is explaining how to create structural layout from scratch. So what we are going to be using is AutoCAD to do the copy, pasting, drawing line, inserting columns, and all of that. So to make it easier, we are using AutoCAD for that. So you see about 4 video files inside. Then after the layout, we start the actual design, which is the slab design. So we do the slab design. Inside this, there are 3 video files. Then we also have staircase. We have a single video files on that staircase. Then for beams, we have 3 video files inside. Columns, we have 3 as well. Then foundation, we have 2. Then after that, you see another folder titled calculation sheet. So this is where you have all the calculation sheets inside the, for this course. You can see beam, column, foundation, slab, and staircase. So everything is there. So this is the folder that will be shared to you anyway. Then for the recommended text, you see we have BS code. The BS code is attached 6399 and 8110.1 and 2. And then we also have some textbooks like Detailer's Manual and some design textbooks. So then, and then this is the course project. This is the course project. So inside this course project file, these details you are looking at, they are AutoCAD files. So you can pick any of them and use it as your practice project. So basically, this is what we want to achieve in this course. So in the absence of question, I hope to see all of you in the class. So I'm going to say that it will be recommended that you, if you intend to go for it, it will be recommended that you make your payment before Saturday so that you will not be too far apart from the rest of the class. I hope that is clear. So for the last time, if you have a question, please ask before we end the section. Or if you have anything you want to tell me, you are free to do so, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I want to ask, the class is for Saturday. What time on Saturday?
We've not decided on that. The reason is that
Oh,
I want the students or the the guys that register to decide. You don't want to give a time. This 9 p.m. maybe it's not convenient for everybody, but the class will be decided by them. You are going to decide on a time. So it's unknown yet.
okay. All right, I will private chat you for the account details, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So in the
Hello,
absence
sir.
of, okay, you can go on, please, sir.
Yeah, I just want to remind you regarding the AutoCAD link that you say you're going to share with us. Please just share it so that you can update my AutoCAD so that I can participate very well. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, what version are you using currently?
I'm
2007.
using I'm using 2007.
Okay, no problem. I will do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, any other questionnaire or observations? Okay, in the absence of questions, I don't know if Engineer Lola is still with us. Maybe she can give us a closing remark or
My
closing
own house.
whatever. Yes, ma? Hello? Okay, probably maybe she's not here. So in the absence of that, I think we can end the session now. If you have any further question, you can drop it on the general group. We are going to try as much as possible to respond to you as soon as we can. So to register, the account details are already on the group, or you can private chat any of the admins if you have any further question to ask or further clarification. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate for your time trying to join us in this session today. Thank you so much for this. Have a nice night. See you.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good night.